Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. As we wrap up 2024, I thought it'd be fun to do a predictions video for 2025. These are games I suspect will be released, ones we either haven't heard much about or haven't heard anything about at all. These aren't guaranteed, but I do have some valid reasons to believe they'll arrive. If you have any predictions of your own, let me know in the comments. Now let's dive in. First up is Sony Santa Monica Studio. After the success of God of War Ragnarok, they've been pretty quiet. On top of that, Ragnarok was developed by their second team, while their first team has already been working on something else for years. Reports suggest they're working on a new sci-fi IP, which would be a big change from their previous games. Personally, I hope whatever they make has more RPG elements this time around. I suspect we'll not only see an announcement, but could even see a release of their new game by the end of 2025. Avalanche Studios is another studio worth mentioning. They've been working on Contraband, described as a co-op smuggler's paradise set in the 1970s. Avalanche hasn't released much info since its initial reveal, but since it was announced all the way back in 2021, it must be coming soon. Secondly, I wouldn't be surprised if they are working on a new Just Cause. Avalanche has been very quiet for years now, so there must be something else going on behind the scenes. Next is Naughty Dog, and there are two things that seem likely for 2025. First, we'll likely see the official announcement of The Last of Us Part 3, but I don't expect a release just yet. We know it's coming, and with Season 2 of the HBO show releasing next year, it's the perfect time to make this announcement. Second, which is a more straightforward prediction but still counts, we'll see a PC port of The Last of Us Part 2, following in the footsteps of their Part 1 release. I wouldn't be surprised if this drops about a week or so before Season 2 of the show airs. Housemarque is another interesting studio to keep an eye on. After Returnal, they confirmed they're working on a new IP, and it's highly likely we'll see an announcement in 2025. They've hinted that it might include ideas and mechanics they didn't get to use in Returnal. It'll likely be another action-focused game, but beyond that, they're keeping things under wraps. Since it's been several years since Returnal, it seems like the right time. On the Xbox side, there will probably be fewer surprises, not because they don't have much going on, but because we already know a lot about what their studios are working on. I think we could finally hear more about Rare's Everwild, and this might even be a late 2025 release. Don't expect anything new from Halo, that's too soon. We might hear some updates on Gears of War, E-Day, but likely nothing major. Their focus will primarily be on Avowed, followed by Fable. Speaking of Everwild, this game was announced years ago, but it's been through some development challenges. It's supposed to focus on exploring a mysterious natural world. Rare hasn't shared much recently, but the head of Rare was recently promoted within Microsoft. That kind of move might signal confidence in an upcoming project, so fingers crossed. For Nintendo, I predict we'll see the Switch 2 release in 2025, most likely in September. It'll likely launch with a new mainline Mario game, and hopefully, an updated version of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom running at 60 FPS. Honestly, for Zelda alone, I'd buy it. Tears of the Kingdom was such an amazing game, and having a polished version would be worth it. Guerrilla Games also has a lot going on. However, I don't expect a new game from them in 2025. What we'll likely see is an official announcement of the Horizon MMO late in the year, with a release in 2026. Finally, there's Monolith Productions and their upcoming Wonder Woman game. Monolith's work on the Middle-earth games was well received, but their last game was 7 years ago. That means they've been working on Wonder Woman for quite some time now. Recently, they redesigned their website, and signals like this often point to upcoming news. So, those are my predictions for 2025. It's always hard to say for sure, but these seem like safe bets based on what we know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and feel free to share your own predictions. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing for more gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.